All right, welcome back to The Formula with your host, Peter Roth, where I sit down with founders who have built big things and I get them to expose their formulas for success. No fluff, but the actual formulas, like their favorite marketing agencies, their software subscriptions, their favorite coaches, courses, whatever it is that made them rich. So grab a pen, folks, because back on the podcast today is my guest. He's a 9-figure advertiser who has spent $35 million on online ads running for big names like Andy Elliott and Ryan Pineda and Pace Morby and Carlton Dennis and Chris Crone, Sam Prim, and Justin Waller. And that's just to name a few. And Jason is also featured in the Forbes Business Council and 30 Under 30 in New York Weekly. So welcome back to The Formula. Jason, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Yes, sir. Excited.
Jason, you mentioned that your face is like too attached to your agency to kind of cleanly exit now. I know that looking for an exit is something you've been talking about. So what does your actual plan look like to remove yourself from the brand? And why do you even think that that's totally necessary?
So, like the biggest piece on why I know this is because like it's basically key man risk. If someone were to buy me and I were to die, or like I wasn't still in the business, or I wasn't still running the ads, or etc., like it would just be key man risk, and then my EBITDA would be like my EBITDA is good, but my multiple would be lower. I'm not thinking about exiting for a long time because I want to build enterprise value. I want to get it to like above 100 million. That's going to take a lot of replacing me in the ads.
Out of curiosity, what's the EBITDA look like on the 100? I don't know what your gross profit is.
It's probably going to be like 25 to 27.
Okay.
So it's not terrible.
No,
Basically the way I would look at that is like, if I replace myself in the ads and start using more team members in ads. So that means that for me to replace myself, I need to give team members the ability to get a piece. Okay, so that's like, you want to be in the ads, you want to be long-term, here's how you can get a piece of Wojo Media before I would go to PE and give the rest. I would still want to be involved, like, the only problem too is it has my name in it. So that would have to...
Well, it's a funky enough sounding name.
Yeah. It's funky enough to where it's not like, it's not like Michael Jordan Media. That's like, that would be a little bit worse.
Wojo sounds so different than Yahoo.
Yeah. So like, that could hurt things, but it's like, I would still want to run the ads for it because that's one thing that I've been able to do that most agency owners can't do, which is like the acquisition side. Like we spend a good amount on ads. I have a crazy book of call funnel. We have a very good sales team. We have awesome culture, and most agencies do not have like the acquisition that we can do to where we could just acquire a fuck ton of clients on the front end from Facebook. So that's been like our like winning card. Also, we have our event business where we run Scale Your Ads, and I attach that to Wojo Media as like a conglomerate, like a bolt-on acquisition basically that they would be buying. We run really good events. I'm building out proprietary like modeling right now for the events, like proprietary workbooks, proprietary not like tech and all that, so that if someone were to come in and get it, like the events would do pretty kick-ass. The only issue with the events is that it would have my face on it. So if I were to stay in the business, I'd probably stay on the event side and be the speaker and be the person who orchestrates the workbooks and does all the stuff in person and still travels. Because let's be real, dude, if I were to exit in 10 years, what the hell am I going to do in my life? I'm so young. I'll be 38. Like, what the hell am I going to do? So that's where I'm like, I still have to be in it. Like, I wouldn't want to just like take the chips off the table. I would just want to be able to sell a little bit so that I could like live my life a little bit better.
And that's what I was talking about before we even started the camera, right? It's like, when I was talking to Tommy Mello, he said the same thing. He sold a large piece of his company and he's very much the face of it. I mean, his face is literally on every single van,
Yeah.
And he still runs his podcast and he still does a whole bunch of stuff. And he's out there talking on stages all the damn time. And I asked him point blank that very same question. And, and I think his response, if I had to summarize it, what is it? The PE space and the landscape is just different now. And it's just, it looks very different now than it did even 5 or 10 years ago. Now these PE groups just understand that oftentimes there is, if the founder's face is very much a part of the company. And as long as you're not the guy taking all the sales calls, I mean, you're not the guy who has to pull the implementation. But if it's just your face, like if you're Gary Vee, like, fine. I guarantee you, he's not running the day to day, but he's the face of the company.
Yeah.
And I'm sure private equity would be more thrilled to invest with him, even though he's older than you and I, I mean, he's closer to his expiration date than even I am. Right. So it's like, but I know that he would make a very sexy acquisition target. So I don't think you necessarily need, to back your face out completely. And like you said yourself, you don't want to even get rid of the whole company.
Yeah, I
It's like,
wouldn't.
it's not
No.
really.
Like, I like the team too, and that's the thing, dude, is that like one of the things for me that I have had trouble with over the years is like giving people the benefit of the doubt and just like being nice. Like people see me on camera and they're like, "Oh, this fucking guy." But like, like if you're one of my team members, like damn well, I take care of everybody, like everyone. And it's like I don't want to lose that feeling of like, you know, I don't know. It's
But
like,
that's something that can be passed down.
yeah,
Something that can be passed.
it's just tough because the relationships that I built. Like we've
It's
had,
just not cheap. Right.
yeah, it's not
It's just
cheap.
not
Yeah,
cheap. But that
we've just built so many relationships.
and that's where equity ownership comes in. Like that's I'm a firm believer in that. Like
Mhm.
my key players will have equity. My key players
Yeah, yeah,
will
yeah.
have equity because I want them to act like the owner.
Mhm.
I need to know that if I'm gone for a day or if I'm with my dog at the vet or I'm just taking a vacation, even though right now I'm still very much involved in my own business, and I will be for at least the next year before I start looking at potentially an exit. I need to know that I can have people that I can count on. And I need to know that they are going to care about the business as much as I do, or at least really goddamn close. And the only way to do that is incentivizing them. There's no magical way to do it, right? You can't get it in any other way other than giving them a piece of the pie. They need a piece of the pie. And so I think, that's the only way to do it, as long as they got a piece of the pie. And, as long as you're extremely slow to hire, like what is the old saying? I can be very slow to hire and quick to fire. Like you got to be extremely slow to hire and extremely selective with who you bring on. God, who was it that I was listening to this morning? They were talking about their interview process. Oh, Brad Jacobs, the M&A roll-up king. He was talking about how like when he interviews somebody, he spends a solid hour himself. He still interviews himself, a solid hour interviewing his key players. And he wants to put them through proverbial hell. He wants to know, like, he puts them through basically a psychological test where he wants to find out, like, what is your degree of sacrifice? Are you going to be in this thing for the long haul, or are you just here to get a paycheck? Are you going to start asking about time off when, vacation or all that stuff? Or are you in it for the long haul? Are you going to be along, are you going to come with me through thick and thin? And I'm going to pay you well for that level of commitment, but I didn't just describe everybody. Most of them are not that committed. And so he spends a solid hour talking to people to really kind of weed out and root out and find out what that level of commitment is. And I think that's something you could hopefully, take away as well, is like when you find those key players, you're very slow to hire them.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're replacing.
And also like even like our maturity model, we're slow to upgrade people from one position to another. We've had team members ask us within a year working with us, "Oh, can I move up to this?" I'm like, "No." Like that's a year 3 thing. And sometimes they don't understand that. Like you could be a great performer, but you could also be shitty for culture.
Yeah.
And that's also another thing that we have to be careful of. It's like we got to get the infectious people out. I don't care how great you are. If you're a pain in my ass and you cause problems internally, like I'm gonna have to let you go.
Yeah.
And for us, like we don't do a 1 hour, we do 3 interviews. So we do 30 minutes each. So the first one is like PPF goals, like what's your personal, professional, financial goals? And then we ask them about like their resume, prior work. And then second is tactical, where we give them situations. Like client has this, what would you say? Client does this, what would you say? Client has this offer, how would you fix it? And then the third is like negotiation and then comp. And then like PTO and all those like HR questions. And then from there, those 3 interviews, then we'll know like, should we send them an offer? But that's how we do it.
Love it.
So like, and the other thing that people don't realize is, well, some people do, but it's like the whole A player thing. Everybody's online talking about A players. It is going to be more stressful for you to turn a B player into an A player than to just go headhunt A players and spend the money on like headhunting. And that's like, we get a lot of A players through like events, funny enough. A lot of people come to the events, like our Scale Your Ads events that are like in person. We get a lot of A players from there, which is interesting. And it's either sales or it's fulfillment.
Tell me about those events.
So like we run these events called Scale Your Ads. They're like 1-day intensives where like I built this like, and I just finished it. We never used to have the workbook before. We used to just do like slides. But I turned like everything that I've known in the last years and turned into like a really cool ass workbook. Like it's fucking crazy. Like anything you could think of in the online space, like DM nurture sequences, how to raise show rates, confirmation pages, like fucking hiring salespeople, comp structures, like everything that I've ever learned is in this damn workbook and it's 99 pages. And we go fill in the blank with everybody during 8 hours. And like I want to do it this way than running events the way people usually run events. The way people usually run events is like music, DJ, rah rah, everyone's excited and energy, and it's like that's cool and shit, but like that doesn't pay me that doesn't pay the fucking bills. So like we got to look at like what your business is and the engineering of it and all your KPIs and all this jazz, and then we go through the workbook, and then at the end I invite them to join a mastermind. And that's basically where I want to do like my PE stuff, where I'm like, business comes into the mastermind, making a lot of money. They want more one-to-one attention from me. I'm like, okay, cool. Here's our advisory, and the advisory will then interview them, and then we're like, all right, here's our deal, and then we try to get equity. And that's like my whole like, it's not like M&A, but I could call it like a roll-up, where I'm like, all right, cool, go from this to ascend to that, and that's kind of like my play. And then, we run these for a day. We give them lunch. We do cocktail hour. We have guest speakers. We do fireside chat. We do hot seats. We get like a lot of engagement. Like it's fun. Like a lot of high level conversations. It's not like, why should I run ads? Like I don't want people in the room who are asking some dumb shit like that. I want people in the room who are like, yeah, I'm spending $300 a day. Here's my KPIs. Like, what should I be doing? But here's my offer price. What would you do? Those are better conversations.
Where do you host these events typically? What kind of a venue?
We just do like regular hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we'll just pick a hotel. We have Encore do the audio and stuff. And then we'll do them we do them in Newport Beach, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Dallas, Austin, New York City, Charlotte, Chicago.
That's great.
So we'll just pick those cities. Oh, Nashville too, sorry. And then Atlanta. So we'll pick those and then we'll run them there. And then, I'm going back on tour in April. So we do all those back to back bi-weekly. So we do one event bi-weekly until the tour's done, and then we all go home.
I know a guy who's doing the similar type concept, totally different business model, but he's doing it at Topgolf. So we'll go to Topgolf, which is fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's distracting and people will stay and kind of, it gives them an activity to do as well. Mm-hmm. And they have event rooms there as well.
That's sick. I like that.
All that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
It's not very expensive.
Yeah.
So I'll just do that, right? I'll just go rent one of their conference rooms, which is like overlooking the whole, golf area. And so, people can play, there's food, there's drinks, all that.
That's badass. I like that idea.
And he'll just go to Topgolfs around the country. Very simple, right? And it's a little more fun than just sitting in a...
And it's definitely cheaper.
Probably cheaper, but more fun, right? Because because now you can rent some booths for people. And you don't...
Yeah, Topgolf for 30 people.
It's not cheap, but...
Yeah, that's going to be about $4 or $5K.
Yeah,
that's
exactly what he spends.
It's about $4 or $5K, and then the room is probably another $2,000.
No, he literally spends
wow, he probably gets the room included.
Yeah, he literally spends everything.
I love it.
Food and everything.
That's good.
Included. And then he'll run about $4 to $5K worth of ads.
That's good. I like that.
That's his net.
That's badass. I like that idea. That's sick.
Speaking of which, you've said that event databases are underrated for lead gen. So walk me through exactly how you use those.
So with our events, a lot of people expect to make money at an event. Okay. You're probably, where the fuck is this going? So basically, we'll get when we ran our free events, we don't run free events anymore. We do opt in to an order form, and then they buy it for $97 or $47 based on their GA or VIP. Mm-hmm. So we'll get 125 in a room, and we get a lot of opt-ins, but people who don't finish the add to cart and don't complete the purchase. On the free event model, we had free events with hundreds of signups. And basically what we did was we would get 700 signups. Fucking not a lot of people would show up, 115, 100, because the show rates are shit on free events. Mm-hmm. So we run all these front-end opt-ins of business owners who wanted to learn about ads. And then we would sit there and go, okay, well, we would close about 15, 16 people every event. Not a lot of close rates on a free event, right? And we were like, wait a minute, where the fuck are we leaving money on the table? So what we did was we hooked up an outbound team that calls all the leads of people who never showed up. And bro, I shit you not, we made more money off the people who didn't even come than the people who did. So we call all the leads and we get about a 20.
Was it just purely, maybe it was just a volume thing because most people don't show up? Because most
it was 20% pickup rates on the phone. And then from there, the booking rates were really high. Be like, hey, you missed the event. We were looking forward to seeing you. We didn't see you there. what are you still running X business? Because we have them fill out an RSVP form. Are you still running X business? Tell me about your goals. And we would set them on the phone, and they were fucking layups. So now we combine the two. We're like, okay, let's run the opt-in, and it still goes to an order form. So that all the opt-ins I can still grab. So that Monday comes, the setters can all call those people on top of them pre-qualifying themselves for buying a ticket. So like there will be, right now we're running ads for Miami, and I just started them yesterday. We have like 7 tickets sold and like 19 opt-ins. So like those 12 people, we're going to call them the Monday after the event. Like, hey, why didn't you fucking buy a ticket? You know, like we're not going to call them for a $97 purchase. It's not worth the setter's time. So we're like, all right, let's just let these leads rock. We build them on the database, and then we call them the Monday after the event. And then we just fucking hound these people. So 125 tickets, I'm looking at 390 to 420 opt-ins. Now I get the best of both worlds. I get 120 people who paid money to come to the event, and I get an extra 200 and whatever opt-ins who didn't buy, who I can now call and set and make money too.
That's great. That's brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Here's, so, the show is called The Formula, and the formula is I want to know what business leaders, what their formulas are to success, right? Whether it's the software that you use or a coach that you've hired or some marketing agency that you've used in the past, whatever that is. What has been your formula for success for landing whales like Andy Elliott, Ryan Pineda, Pace Morby, Carlton Dennis, Chris Krohn, Sam Prim, Justin Wall? How are you getting these guys? These are big names.
Podcasts. That's it.
Going on.
I know that was a short answer, but that's literally the answer.
Going under there.
Yeah. So like, I got you through a WhatsApp group, but like I have a PR firm that pitches me to go on podcasts, and I pay like monthly for it or whatever. And like, that's what I do. But not everyone is going to do that. Like, it's a very small niche of someone who even wants to work with me. It's so small.
Yep.
So when I go on a pod, I'm like, okay, I give a ton of value, and I don't ask them anything. Like, I'm not going to ask you for anything. I never do. Because all I do is I'll do 2 things. I'm like, all right, well, I was on your pod. I already texted you this, but I was like, oh, do you know anybody else in the area who has a podcast? I do that on every single podcast, because if I do, I always turn like 1 into 2, always. Like when I was in Austin, I turned 1 into 7. I was like, what a fucking multiplier. But like, that was crazy. So I went from 1 podcast to 7. And then I was in San Diego, I did the one with Rich. I turned 1 into 4. And that's what I do for the whole like method. So like, and I don't even ask them for anything, dude. I just like go on it, and then like they'll like ask me at the end. They're like, hey, like look at my ad account. And then I get on a Zoom, and then they're like, okay, cool. And that's usually how it works. But like, I don't ask shit. I just dip and leave. I'm just like, hey, dude, thanks for the pod. And that's it. I don't ask. I don't sell nothing. I don't sell nothing to the fucking audience. I'm just like, hey, this is what I do. Cool. DM me on Instagram. Go to my link in my bio. Like, you could book a call. I don't really care what happens. So yeah, like that's how I get them. And then the second would be, when I get them as a client, I know they run events too. So then what I'll do is I'll negotiate. I'll be like, hey, like instead of me charging you X amount for me to help you, I'll charge you less, but I get to speak at one of your events. And that's the deal every time. And then I get on one of their stages, and I get a fuck ton of influx the Monday after I get home. So that's like my method for it. But yeah, like, yeah.
Love it. Obviously, we're big on Facebook, Meta. What else do you use? What other platforms do you use to for your own business? What are your favorite platforms to advertise for your business?
Ever since TikTok got bought out, I like TikTok. Okay, it has validity B2B, but you just got to be careful with the lead filtering. Like lead filtering and lead routing is important on TikTok, because you'll get people who fill out your form, and they're like, oh, like I get people who fill out my form like skinny kid 212, like they try to make fun of me for the lead opt-in. So you'll get something like that with TikTok, but you got to just lead filter it. And also it's more omnipresence. I can retarget back and forth through platforms using conversion API. And then the next one would be Google retargeting. When you're spending enough money on Facebook and Instagram, people, you don't realize this, but like they search your name on Google more than you think. And I was looking at my stats from Hyros, and 1 out of every 8 clicks that we get goes to Google and searches my name. That's a lot of fucking clicks. Like, so then we started running Google retargeting. They just retargeted my name, and that scooped up like a lot of money every month. Like, it's stupid. I spent $100 a day on this ad, and it prints like fucking crazy ROAS. And then after that would be YouTube pre-roll. So like you go to your competitors' YouTube videos and place your videos on theirs, and you place your videos on your own videos. And that's what I was doing too. So it's probably the top 4 like low hanging fruit for sure. And then like supplements, things that will help you. It would be cold email and an outbound team. And I would supplement those two. Because you can have a shit ton of leads come through, but if they're not nurtured and you don't have the right depositions, on your like dialer, then it's like a complete fucking shit show. Dispositions, yeah, whatever the hell it is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in the call center business.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to know that.
Dispositions, depositions, I'm like, oh shit.
You're an attorney, right?
Yeah, I just fucked that up. That was bad.
You're good. Let's talk about something more fun. How do you invest your money? Where do you put your money to watch it grow?
I do real estate and I do Pokemon cards.
God damn, I love your creative answers.
Yeah.
But, okay, real estate, blah, boring.
Yeah.
Fuck it. But Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards.
Tell me about it.
Bro, Pokemon cards is
Are you
stupid.
serious right now?
Dude,
That's a thing?
Pokemon cards have outperformed the S&P by 40x over the last 30 years.
Jordan, why aren't you putting your money in Pokemon cards?
Bro, Pokemon cards are crazy, bro.
We're sleeping on Pokemon cards.
I was in UBO when I was a kid.
Dude, Pokemon's crazy, bro.
Are you kidding me?
The way you have to play it is this. Okay, you have to go to card shows. So like, I'll go to some.
You lost me right there.
I know you got.
Card shows?
You do, but like, bro, it's so lucrative. It's stupid. Like, I try to go to a card show every quarter. I go to a card show and I buy. You have to buy raw Pokemon crystal cards, gold stars, like full art, full arts that are like really high super rares. You buy them raw. You go to the PSA desk and you get them traded at the card shows. Because some of these card shows have PSA desks. PSA is what grades the card based on 1 to 10. So I go there, I'll go there with like 10K and I'll fucking clean house and I'll get a bunch of raws. I try to get crystals. Crystals are very rare Pokemon cards, or the gold stars. Those are fucking good cards. So those you'll spend freaking on a raw, you'll spend $3,000 to $8,000 for a raw card. And you're basically fucking crossing your fingers and gambling on it being a good grade, because you could lose money. You could. So you got to give a magnifying glass. You check the corners of the card. You check the creases in the card. This thing has to look like a newborn baby, basically. Like, it can't be fucking touched. So like when you are at a card show or you are talking to collectors, they're like, oh, let me see your collection. They don't let you fucking pick up the cards because you can crease them. You can do some shit like it's like delicacies. So I'll go there, I'll buy the raws, I'll get them graded, I'll wait 8 weeks. You get them back in the mail and they get graded. Some of these gold cards and crystals, if you get a 9 or higher, you're in the fucking money. Like, you're in the money. So like
What kind of returns are we talking? Throw some percentages at me. What kind of returns?
If I bought a gold star Rayquaza for raw for $8,000.
You could be making up words right now.
Well, no, like this card I bought for 8,000. It was a raw Rayquaza off Whatnot. I bought it for 8 and it came back a 9, which was about 24 grand. It's a good fucking flip.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good ass flip. Like,
There's people trying to do that same shit with cars, right?
Yeah.
And that extra.
I had a gold star Charizard, no, a gold star Latias that I bought for 4,000, flipped it for 9. Like, you can get really quick with the flips. Like, it's really deadly, dude. It's really deadly. Like, if someone's sitting there right now, they're like, yeah, I got some money saved and I have a 9 to 5. Like, bro, just fucking, you'll be good. You get 1 hit a month, bro. You go to 1 card show and you get, not 1 hit. Let's say you get 2 hits a month. You can make 10K a month. Easily. Easily.
That's good. And how much time does this take you, though, right? That's the big thing, right? Is it a passive game we're talking about here? Or...
I could go to a card show on a Friday, leave by Sunday, get my hits, send in a PSA, and I could just bullshit for the other 26 days of the month and just do nothing and sit on my ass. Like, literally no bullshit. Like, you could do that. If you're trying to make a boatload of money, you got to be consistent. You got to go to a lot of card shows.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to make 100 grand a month, you got to be like a card show connoisseur. Like, you got to be on the road all the time and stuff. If they try to do stuff on Whatnot, they're not going to make much money on Whatnot. It's like a streaming platform where they can sell stuff, and you put the cards up and people swipe and bid. Whatnot is not crazy lucrative because they take 12% of your sales. So you're using their platform, their viewership.
Sure.
Your margins on cards, if you're lucky, are fucking 20%, if you're lucky.
Mm.
So them taking 12 away, you don't have much to gamble now. But I do long-term holds. Like, I don't just do Pokemon, I do like memorabilia, so I buy a lot of Kobe stuff. Kobe rookies, Kobe signed stuff. Like I buy a lot of things that have value. When people get into card trading, they always try to buy like these $25 cards, $50 cards. Like, bro, you're playing with pennies. Like you have to buy shit that's like at least $1,000 or more to play the margin game, right? Because like if we're being realistic, let's say you wanted to make $6,000 a month trading. Let's say, Leslie, okay, you want to make $6,000 a month doing Pokemon cards. You buy $1,000 card every day that you know will go up $200 within 30 days. You could make $6,000 a month. You got to play bigger numbers. Like you can't do the whole like $300 to go to 360. It's just not even fucking worth it because after you pay all the shipping costs, what do you make? $20? What are you gonna run around naked after $20? I mean, it's just not enough. So you have to go like higher cards.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
All right, Jason, this has been awesome.
Mhm.
We're going to jump into the lightning round.
Okay.
So
Let's
I'm
run
gonna
it.
ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
You can tell me to skip if you don't like the question.
Uh-oh.
They're not going to leave off.
Okay.
So
All right.
These are going to be layups.
Cool.
Okay, here we go. Overrated or underrated? TikTok for B2B lead gen.
Underrated.
Underrated, why?
Because people always thought that TikTok was about dancing. But if they're willing to take up a market share, the CPMs of TikTok are lower. So there's a lot more opportunity there on the feed.
Okay, I like it. What's a purchase under $500 that's made your life noticeably better?
A purchase under $500. Fuck.
Or actually make it under a couple $1,000, whatever.
No, I want to stick to your question. Under $500 that made my life noticeably different.
Or better.
And don't worry, we'll
Damn, this is actually tough. Yeah. This is really hard. Do people usually answer this quick?
No, I always throw out different questions.
Something under $500. Oh, I would say Boss clothing.
Interesting. Why Boss Clothes? Why specifically that brand?
It just like really fits me well because I'm skinnier. So I like Boss clothes.
Okay.
It makes my life better because I actually have a brand that like I can buy from and not have to worry about if it fits me or not. I hated shopping for shit years ago. I fucking despised it because I would always have to run around stores and be like, do you have slim fit? Do you have slim fit? And then you buy the slim fit and it's not a fucking slim fit. With Boss, the slim fit was a slim fit.
When I was a kid, I always had to get the husky fit.
Yeah, shit. Like, dude, like, bro, like that was $500. I'm like, okay, like a nice like Boss shirt, like $120 Boss shirt. Like, I really do like that. I was gonna say cigars, but I was like, because I like, one of my biggest or funnest activities is every single day, I will put I'll take my dog for a car drive. Every day I do this. And I'll take a small Davidoff with me, and I'll just smoke in the car, play music, and have fun with Bubba. And I'll just enjoy my life for like an hour. I do it every day. And my girlfriend always laughs at me for it. I'm like, I like doing it. I like seeing the dog happy because he's like got her fucking head out the window and it's fun. But like, I just like taking the car out and just having fun. Like that builds my inner peace. I can't be doing this internet online shit all fucking day long. Like I gotta get out of the house.
Okay, last lightning round question. Who is your favorite business guru?
That's tough. I really do like Hermosi.
Yeah, for sure.
I really do like Hermosi. It used to be Gary Vee, but I just get so tired of the motivational stuff. It's just like, it has to come to an end.
Yeah.
Now I want like tactical stuff, dude. I'm tired of people telling me, oh, be more empathetic. Oh, like Gary Vee's great, dude. But like, there's a time where it doesn't help us anymore. Like, he doesn't, like, if Gary Vee talked more about higher level shit, oh my God, bro, he would kill it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not online talking about how to build a call center. Like, I mean, maybe he's done that, or like how to build an agency, or like, what you should do in Facebook to get your cost per acquisition lower. Like, he should be talking about more high level stuff, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Maybe that's why I don't follow him. I mean, I do, but that's why I don't pay.
yeah,
Maybe that's
but it's like
not someone.
everything.
It's the same. Like, go record more, go post.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. I get it.
And I'm like, bro, like, do a screen recording on your phone of posting a reel.
Yeah.
Show me what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
And you'll get more views. And then he'll say, oh, I don't care about the views. Bro, people want to know that you have high-level business knowledge. I just don't think that he's high-level enough. I think he got into the agency game very early on. He took the wine company and scaled it. That was his dad's.
Yep.
And then he took all that, got into Google PPC when it was hit, because it was a long, long time ago. And I think he just hit a really good fucking rush of gold. And now he's got the big agency, but now it's like,
It's okay. You know,
yeah.
you know, a lot.
Oh yeah, it's all opportunity, bro. Yeah,
I've got
of course.
place at the right time.
Yeah.
All right. Now comes the lightning round. All right. Someone asks you 3 questions. They'll be easy. Don't worry. But if you want to skip one, just tell me to skip. Okay. There we go. What is one piece of advice that you'd give to a 20-something-year-old who's just starting an agency? They want to get into your space.
They have to focus on fulfillment first and acquisition after.
What do you mean by acquisition?
So a lot of people in the agency space in the beginning, they only care about how many clients they get.
Sure.
They don't care about how to keep them longer.
Sure.
Like when I was first doing this stuff on my own as a solopreneur, I still have some of those clients to this very day. And I focus a lot on like relationships and building relationships with them and like really making sure that they were happy, because word gets around when your shit is trash really quickly.
Yep.
But yeah.
I agree with you. Okay. What is your favorite business book or business course?
Favorite business book? I would say The 4 Agreements. Wasn't really a business book, but it's more about like the 4 Agreements is about the 4 ways that, like, I'm not going to give them up to people because they have to read the book, but like the 4 ways that you could like really structure your life better to get away from expectations. So like setting expectations on yourself and other people seems to destroy a lot of like, not just social norms, but like people's performance. And I had a lot of expectations on other people and myself when I was like first getting into this game, and I had to like deplete that stuff completely. And I cared a lot about opinions from other people of myself, so I had to get rid of that. So that the book really gave me clarity on that. That's a very good book, The 4 Agreements.
That's great. All right. What do you think is better for business? Strong marketing or strong leadership?
I'd say marketing. Because if you have strong marketing, that means that, well, it depends. Like if you have strong marketing,
It's a fair question. The answer is both.
It is. Yeah, I thought I was gonna say, but I was like, oh, should I say both? But I would say like if I had strong marketing, that means that my offers must be good.
Yeah.
If my offers are good, that means I'm making money because my clients are staying. So if I have more money, I can pay A players who would then want to be
There are
leaders.
assholes who make money.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
There are shitty leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have really good products.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
The ultimate answer is both, but yeah, I agree with you. It's got to be both.
All right. Jason Wojo, it's a pleasure to have you here on the show today. Thank you for being here today. How will my audience find you? So tell us the easiest way to find you.
Yeah, so they can go on Instagram at @JasonWojo, or they can go to our website at www.thewojomedia.com and check out how we can help them grow their business.
Awesome. Guys, thank you for watching The Formula today. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Peace.
Peace.